It could be something different and say, horrible day, we're out of shape, couldn't function, offense was bad, defense was bad. Every coach in the country seems to say the same thing on the first day. So it was positive. The kids flew around. They're excited to be out here, which they should be. So it was good. I think that the work they put in on the offense and defense, on their own with the player ran practices showed up today, and it's basic scheme on offense and defense. Probably the most impressive was the special teams. You don't work a lot of that in the summertime, and I thought we kicked the ball pretty well. It was a huge positive. The drills were very clean and precise, especially punt for special teams, which was great to see. And then we snapped the ball with the centers. And again, that may seem trivial to a lot of people, but it was much improved from spring. And in the spread offense, if you don't effectively snap the football, then you really don't have a chance. And so I thought the centers did a nice job. First two guys snapped the ball very well. The third guy struggled, so we got to get better at that spot. So, good start.
Great, great offense last year in a lot of areas nationally ranked. Do you see it staying that way, or is there a different separation between offense and defense? Are you going to be one or the other?
Me as a person?
No, as
a team?
No, are we going to see a difference as far as balance, offense and defense?
No, I don't think. We were walking in and have the same. Much of the offense is a carryover. I think the key is to get the guys around Jordan and the other quarterbacks that can make plays for him, and that is key because a lot of that, 75% of that in the throw game is gone. And so the young men that make plays out here be the guys that get the opportunity to make those plays. And in this offense, you just can't be a guy that just catches the ball and then you get tackled. That happens sometimes, but you got to make special things happen sometimes also. And so they got to earn their way from the tight ends to the running backs all the way to the wide receivers. And we expect to be a high-powered offense that is playing with pace. We also do want to be an offense that can physically run the ball, and that's something that we want to do when we get backed up in situations and we get into short yardage situations. We want to have to be a threat to also run the football effectively. So, and defensively, we want to be good on defense too. So we're structuring these practices to work hard on offense, work hard on defense, but allow ourselves to play with pace, but also be able to get into a position to allow the defense to get lined up. You can't just run around and not get lined up all day long.
Football changes really quickly, Gary. Being back as the head coach, did anything change since you were last the head coach?
Oh, I think you change every year. You grow every year, no matter if you're a position coach, a coordinator, a head coach. I think there's things you tweak and you move through, and you just do everything you can to make sure that you continually get the structure of camp, which is best for the kids. Do the learning that you can, get them in a position to be successful, but also keep them healthy and smiling and excited about football. So you adjust as you go through, but drastic differences? No, not really. Just a year older, a little more back pain at practice, maybe a little bit more. Treadmill beats me down a little bit more as the week goes on, but other than that, I'm good.
Just don't pass out like you.
Never. No, that's long calling.
Gary, Jordan Love, certainly a lot of run, a lot of publicity. When you got here, is he as good as advertised?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna keep saying it every time I get asked a question about Jordan. I'm first going to talk to him about it as a person. Leader on this football team, on the field, off the field. When the kids walk out of that facility over there, he is their leader. He'll make sure that they're doing the right things. He'll push them on the field, but he's even Steven. He's not. There's not really gigantic highs or really bad lows. There's just not. He battles through it to the next snap or the next day or the next weightlifting session or the next meeting room, whatever coming his way. And so he's, I'd say he is, in my opinion, he's a college football professional, student athlete. That's what I call him.
I noticed in 11 on 11s today, Bryce Mortenson's a kid that I've known for a while just from covering high school football in the Valley, but was in a sling last year, but he made some nice catches during 11 on 11s. How good of a player can he be as long as he continues to develop within the system?
Yeah, we'll see how good a player he can be. Bryce has done a nice job. I think he got his weight where it needed to be, gained some weight, and kind of stabilized. And you can see he's just controlling his body much better. And it just takes time to be able to do that. When you gain some weight, then you drop a little weight, and you find your happy medium, which he's done. And he had a nice first day out here today. He made some catches. He feels more confident in the offense. It's obvious, he has the ability to know what he's doing, so he seems to be playing fast, which is a huge positive. And he's in a heated battle to get himself on the field in special teams and in the tight end position. So we're excited to see him out here today, and we're excited to see him tomorrow.
Gary, a lot of people talk about, it's not about the money, and do you see yourself as kind of the proof of that? You left a lot of money, but you can say it. You can say it wasn't about the money. Is that true?
It never has been. I love being around the kids, and when you do it for a number of years that I've done it, I was informed today that I think this is year 31 or 32, something like that. That's a long time. So that's a long time. But for me, it's when you're in a position to be at a university that really has the core beliefs that you have, and Utah State's always going to have that. It's lip service some places. It's the student athletes come first, but here that's the way it's run from the president all the way down, and quite frankly the fans expect that also. So that's very comforting for me, and I'm right in my comfort zone in those positions. And football's been awesome to me. It's been awesome to my family. There's part of me that feels like it's time for me to make sure I do everything I can to get back to football and get back to these kids everything that I have. And I wake up in the morning and I get to come to work. I get to drive down the hill and I get to pull in this facility, and I don't ever take that for granted.
Thank you, Gary.
I know it's really hard to answer this after day one of camp, but during 11-on-11s today, 1v1s, was there anybody, a couple of players who you really felt brought that energy, that drive that really stood out to you today?
I obviously we'll go back and look at the film. It was nice to see Caleb made a couple big third down plays and Jordan threw the ball to him. That was great to see. That's what Caleb expects. That's what Jordan expects out of Caleb. That's what we expect out of Caleb. So it was good to see those things. I would say this as a whole. I really thought it was nice progress. Just the calmness of the defensive backs as a whole. It's good to see. Not a bunch of panic with a lot of formations and playing fast. It's hard to line up against our offense, and I thought that group of kids did a nice job settling in. And I think I'd still have to point out the centers again. Just their ability to snap the ball effectively, make the calls that they make, and be able to execute. That was great to see. Anything else? Okay, guys. Go Aggies. Appreciate you.
Thank you.